Welcome to 3 Minutes of Thunder. I'm joined today by Pat Murphy, writer and creator of Echoes of the Triumphant, which is coming to Kickstarter very, very soon. Pat, thanks for joining us on 3 Minutes of Thunder.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about Echoes of the Triumphant. Now, I'm a little bit familiar with this because I did a review on the book a little while ago, but for those that are unfamiliar, tell us about the story of Echoes of the Triumphant.
So I'd say it's a bit different from the stuff that most people are familiar with. So the gist of the story is that there's a chemical plant explosion and a bunch of people got superpowers, but basically nobody became a caped crusader. So, the government stepped in and they said, okay, we're going to make these people work. We're going to make these people contribute to society. Like a private military contract was formed called Expel, just to keep all those, superhumans in order. And basically this guy, Adrian Avery, is just stuck in the middle of all the conflict that's going on inside of the city. So obviously there's some people who don't really agree with the politics and all that stuff. So the main character is just trying to keep the peace.
Right. And this is, so like you say, it's a superhero story, but very, very different and much more of a, I suppose, societal view of what's going on when you have one group of people that are sort of elevated a bunch above the others in terms of ability. But of course, it's all about control and all that sort of stuff. So this is coming back to Kickstarter on December the 7th for issue number 3. So how has the story progressed so far? Like, what are the first two issues? Take us through.
So the first issue really just sets everything up exposition-wise. So it tells you the gist of the story. It sets the tone. It tells you the journey that each and every character is on. So Adrian, for instance, he's aware of this rebel gang of superhumans that don't agree with the politics. And so really the first issue is just the setup. He's just, getting the tools that he needs in order to, defeat the bad guy. Basically, the short way of putting it is that issue 2 is where he gets his ass kicked. Like, he's in way over his head. He doesn't know what he's doing. And so, he gets his ass kicked, gets a bit of training, and learns a bit of humility. And then in issue 3, he at first it seems like he beats the bad guy, but there's a couple. He sort of cheats. I don't want to give everything away, but he sort of cheats, and some things kind of bite him in the butt. So that's where issue 3 really takes everything.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we will put the links down the bottom to the campaign. I encourage you to hop along there, have a little look, and back this amazing project. Before we let you go, Pat, what is one of the tiers that you're most excited about that backers can get behind?
Well, there's this awesome tier. It's basically called Tweaked as Fuck. So basically the gist of it is that if you back that tier, you can be featured as whatever type of superhuman that you want to be in the next issue of Echoes of the Triumphant. So I had this one friend of mine who backed that tier, and he said that he wanted to be this character that's like this genius scientist who's really good at soccer. And I thought, okay, well, how am I going to make that into a character? And so I just thought to myself, well, why not make him kind of like a superhuman who's like similar to like Hawkeye or Green Arrow, where they're like an amazing like marksman. And whenever they kick a ball or something like that, it just ricochets off of like 20 people's head or something like that. So it's a pretty cool tier.
Well, people, go along and support this amazing project. You may even be able to invent yourself a brand new superhero, anything that you wish. Thanks, Pat, for joining us on 3 Minutes of Thunder.